in this batch, there are three kinds of students. One is ACCA FR students, skill level students, financial reporting students, and one is, you can say, Diploma Ifrs student. The major students are of this category. But there is a third category, which I will say CIMA students giving the management case study exam, or maybe suppose Barelia, the CIMA students who are going into FLP route. The three categories of students are there, and for all the three category of students, we are going to study the subject in simple language accounts. Why you all three are together? It's not that I want to save my time, nothing like that. It's actually the syllabus is same. There is no difference in the syllabus in all the three levels. Whether it's an ACCA financial reporting students, whether it's a CIMA management case study student, or whether F2 student, or whether it's an DIP IFRS student. The proof for that, suppose I am going into institute website. First of all, I am going into accaglobal.com. This is ACCA website. In the ACCA website, under student category, you go study support resources. Under study support resources, you will be getting ACCA qualification, foundation level, Diploma Ifrs. So there are students who are doing Diploma Ifrs. There are students who are doing ACCA qualification. They are in the skill level. Foundation level students are those who are 10 pass out. So I'm not going there. In ACCA qualification, if we go in the subject which we are doing, financial reporting. Under financial reporting, the syllabus is given. Under financial reporting, syllabus is given. The syllabus which is applicable is from September 2021 to June 2022. I am downloading this syllabus. And just for the sake of understanding, I am downloading the previous syllabus which was applicable till June 2021. Because both the syllabus are given, I am downloading both the syllabus. Because there is something I need to tell to all of you for that reason. Now, I am going into IFRS thing. Under students IFRS, in the IFRS also, there is a syllabus. The syllabus, again there are two things. One is for December 2021, which is the exam next, and June 2022 exam. I have downloaded this also. And one is the old syllabus. That also I am downloading. So for both ACCA normal course and IFRS course, I have downloaded all the syllabus. This is ACCA applicable from September 21 to June 2022, which is our period. This is the old syllabus of ACCA, which is applicable up till June 2021. This is IFRS syllabus, new one, which is applicable for December 2021 and June 2022 exams. And then again, there is a syllabus, which was old IFRS syllabus, which was talking about up till June 2021 exam, which is already over 3 months back. Why I have opened these all the 4 syllabus from the institute website? So that we get a clarity that what is the syllabus the institute is saying. And why I have downloaded the old syllabus also, there is a reason. This is ACCA financial reporting from September 2021. One exam already happened. to June 2022, because September 2021 financial reporting exam yesterday already over. And now the exam will be in December, then in March, then in June. So up for 4 terms, the same syllabus is there. In ACCA, after August, for next 1 year, they bring new syllabus. The new syllabus is for IFRS, the new syllabus is for ACCA, all the subjects. Now in this, the basic coverage of the syllabus. The basic coverage of the syllabus. They are saying point number A, conceptual framework and regulatory requirement. Point number B, accounting for transactions in financial statement. Point number C, analyzing and interpreting the financial statement. Point, you may not be able to remember that exactly what is in the syllabus because we are starting. But it is very essential that the question should not be arising after half an hour relating to this whole life, not only in this batch. Then employability and technology skills. Okay. You can see that in the syllabus they are saying A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 areas of the syllabus. A, B, C, D, E. 5 areas of the syllabus. Now I will go into the previous syllabus of ACCA FR. The previous syllabus of ACCA FR. That is up till June 2021. Up till June 2021. In this there are only A, B, C, D. The 5th one, that is E, is not there, this one. This chart was there earlier. Only this one is employability and technical skills is extra. As per institute syllabus guidelines, this old chart up till June 2021 does not include employability. And now this includes employability. That means on outset, if somebody will check at the syllabus, then he will say that he or she or anybody will say that there is a change in the syllabus. Okay. Now what is there in point number E? Employability and technology skills, what they are asking. Use computer technology to efficiently access and manipulate relevant information. Work on relevant response options using available functions and technology as would be required in the workplace. Navigate windows and computer screens to create and amend the responses to exam requirements using the appropriate tools. Present data and information effectively using the appropriate tools. If we go into this E, which they are saying as a new addition, in more detail, then in E, they have written again, use computer technology efficiently, work on relevant response option using available functions, navigate windows and computer screen to create and amend responses, present information and effectively using the appropriate tools. When they are explaining the syllabus, then also they have written the 4 points, whereas in ABCD 4 parts, when they have given the detailed explanation, there is a further breakdown. But here there is no further breakdown. If I will go into FR, that is Diploma Ifrs. Diploma Ifrs. One second. Diploma Ifrs, the new syllabus, the international source of authority, elements of financial statements, preparation of financial statement, PL balance sheet, cash flow, preparation of external reports for combined entities, consolidation, excluded topics, complex structure, step financial. In some topics, certain areas are not covered in that much detail. But in case of Diploma Ifrs, this point number E is not there. In Diploma Ifrs, as per syllabus guidelines, this point number E is not included. If we break down these syllabus into chapter wise, This is a material shared by the ACCA Institute to all the learning providers, not only me. Anybody who is the learning partner in India or anywhere in the world, this is the material shared by the institute only to be used in the class for teaching to students, which they are saying as the ABCDE broken down into one by one topic. Conceptual framework, preparation of financial statement, company's basic adjustments, property, plant, tangible, intangible, impairment, investment, inventories, agriculture, accounting policies, borrowing costs, financial instruments. All IS, IFRS are there, you can see. Reading this will not help you anything because we have not studied anything. For IFRS, the institute has not given any separate document. For teaching IFRS, there is no separate document shared by the institute. But if we go into what I should say, the IFRS syllabus topic wise, then the IFRS syllabus topic wise, if we see, it is saying presentation of financial statement, inventories, policies, taxes, all IS and IFRS numbers are written and then the name are written. And when we go here, that is, you can see, as per the institute, what the student is study for FR, ACCA FR exam, all these things, which I can say IS, IFRS, IS 1 to all, and IFRS, so many IS, IFRS. Similarly, in case of Diploma IFRS, all are IS, IFRS, all. What is the difference in the syllabus? I will be talking. But first of all, I am focusing that if I am teaching, say, income tax, IS 12, which you can say deferred tax, income tax, provisions for tax, tax expense, where it will be accounted for in the balance sheet. And if I am teaching for, you can say ACCA FR student, IS 12 income tax. This is just an example. IS 12 income tax here and IS 12 income tax here. Same stories there, whether I am teaching to ACCA FR student, whether I am teaching to Diploma IFRS student, I need to teach same comma full stop exactly same. Comma full stop exactly same income tax. Like this, you can correlate any topic which is there in the financial reporting syllabus, which is there in the IFRS syllabus. They are comma full stop same. What are the different areas? I will be talking. But first of all, I want to say that if I want to teach ACCA FR student, or if I want to teach ACCA Diploma IFRS student, that is, they are doing only Diploma IFRS, not concerned with other subjects of ACCA, but the subject, one subject in ACCA financial reporting, it's same as Diploma IFRS. And there is one more logic for this. Institute says that somebody has done Diploma IFRS and then that student wants to do ACCA full course. Then for that student, this financial reporting paper is exempt. Because the student already know when he has given the Diploma IFRS exam, he cleared that, then he don't need to study this financial reporting subject because it is exactly same thing. If somebody is, you can say, chartered accountant, CA, CWA, and maybe some other qualifications, then institute is saying that they are not required to give this financial reporting exam in ACCA. But there are many students in our class, those who are doing Diploma IFRS, even though they are chartered accountant. If you will do ACCA, your financial reporting is exempt. But if you are doing Diploma IFRS, it is not a course, it's a certification. There are many chartered accountants, those who have studied technically. I am not saying practically whether they are working in the accounting field or not. That's not a question. But those who are chartered accountants and technically they have studied, say, accounting area, IAS, Indian accounting, Ind AS, whatever. They have studied, say, 4 or 5 years back, 3-4 years back. Then there are many developments took place in this last 2-3 years. The IFRS body has developed a new conceptual framework amendments. In 2018, IFRS 16, IFRS 15 came. Then you can say that there are other IFRS are also in the pipeline. IFRS 17, 18, 19, not yet in the syllabus, but they are going to come. So it is something, an area which go on changing. The new rules, new guidelines to record the transactions are developing. And maybe new rules are not there. But maybe suppose I am talking about property, plant and equipment. There is still IAS, no IFRS. What is the difference between IAS, IFRS? I will be telling. But still it is IAS, no IFRS is published. But if there are some transactions happening because of Corona, and we find that they should be accounted for in a particular way, like I will say impairment. Because of Corona, there are new developments in IAS 38, 36, impairment of assets. There is no new IAS, IFRS. IAS is same, IAS 36, impairment. But the impairment of assets, there are some developments, guidelines given in last 2 years because of Corona. Because what was possible for impairment may be at a different level in different organizations for testing the impairment of assets. So you need to understand that the changes or developments in accounting will never stop, will continuously go on happening. Suppose we will be giving exam in December, we clear IFRS or we clear ACCA FR exam. But there will be new things coming in 2022, 23, 24, 25 regularly. You need to upgrade yourself. If I will say that suppose first I studied accounts in CA Foundation, in CA Inter, in CA Final. I gave CA Final exam in November 98. So it's more than 23 years, 24 years, 25 years gone. I studied Ind AS 0. I studied just Indian accounting. In that also, the accounting standards were there up till 17, 18 only. But now there are so many Indian accounting standards, Ind AS, IFRS, so many things are there. If I will not upgrade myself, then in that case, I can say that maybe I can work practically, but I cannot work in the accounting domain. I cannot work in the auditing domain if I am not upgrading myself. If you say accounts, if you say finance, whether it's a derivative, future, option, swaps, that is not a law, that is not an accounting standard. But are the developments not happening in theirs? Any specific area, we say finance, we say marketing, we say auditing, we say HR, we say accounts. In every area, changes is something which is a never-ending process. Changes will be happening. The area in which we specialize, we need to upgrade ourselves. The upgradation is possible in 2 ways. One is by doing a course, because many chartered accountants are going to do the classes. Reason upgradation they are doing by doing the course. They will be getting the certificate from the ACCA Institute that you are Diploma Ifrs certified. When you will showcase that to the employer, then he will value that. But then he will ask questions, because the employer is concerned whether you can handle the issues in the organization which is related to accounting matter, auditing matter. They are concerned with that. They are not concerned with your ACCA, CA degree or IFRS certification. So for our personal development, we are doing a course. Somebody is not doing a course, but they are regularly doing research. You can say registered themselves in free websites, and then whatever changes are coming up, they are regularly upgrading themselves. It's regular updation is required in everything, not only IFRS. So suppose we have given exam in December. Then on the ACCA website, whether you go in IFRS, whether you go in ACCA FR, they are always saying technical articles. These technical articles, they regularly go on updating. I mean to say not daily, monthly basis, weekly basis, anything new comes. Then in the technical article, that is upgraded. And that is freely available. It's not that I need to be a registered IFRS or a registered ACCA student, then only I can go here. I can go into this technical article anytime. So according to me, one of the best place where you will be getting all the developments happening in the accounting area because of Corona or anything. Any new IS, IFRS comes, you can go here. Similarly, for ACCA student also, the FR, there is a technical article portion. The student can go there. But if you go here now, since we have not studied anything, how I will be able to explain you or we can understand? The student need to go through with this in their regular life if you want to work in accounting and auditing domain. If you don't want to work in this area, then that is not important for you. So for every subject in ACCA, the technical articles are upgraded by the ACCA Institute, or I can say CIMA Institute also. I will be taking there also. That technical article is there for our personal upgradation, because every time we cannot give exam. Once we have completed something, any of the two things we need to do. Either we need to do something else, some new course, so that we will be able to upgrade, or we will be upgrading ourselves by looking at different websites, by doing Google search, selecting certain websites and these things, that I will be regularly upgrading myself through these. Generally, according to me, if suppose somebody is working in accounting and auditing domain, for them the upgradation is a must. So for chartered accountants, those who did CA maybe 4 or 5 years back, they are doing a course so that it becomes systematized. You are bound to study, you are bound to develop the knowledge so that you will be able to work better. You will be able to get growth in life. Those who are thinking that they can develop their knowledge because already they are CA, then they need to upgrade themselves regularly. There is no stoppage of development. But by doing the course, we become more systematized. Because I have heard many students saying that, कि sir, मैंने पढ़ना चालू किया था. I started studying, but I didn't get the motive, didn't get the acceleration, didn't get the momentum to study. For that reason, I am joining Diploma Ifrs. I am not interested in the degree. I am interested in the knowledge which I can apply in my practical world. The objective of the classes should be that only. Not thinking about ACCA FR student, Diploma Ifrs student, CIMA student. That is not the reason. If I will go one time in CIMA syllabus also, CIMA syllabus changed in 2019, and as per the institute, this is there on the CIMA website freely, but it will be requiring search to find out this document. So this is downloaded from CIMA website, and this is saying that what are the areas covered. Suppose, first of all, this first area in CIMA syllabus is cost of capital, capital structure, which is not accounting part. But they have covered that. We are not going to cover this in these classes. But other than this, all are accounting parts. Revenue, lease, revenue means IFRS 15. Lease is IFRS 16, provisions IS 37, financial instrument IFRS 7, 9, IS 32, then intangible assets IS 38, income tax IS 12, all are written. In front of that it is written. All IS 1, 27, 28 for consolidated financial statement of accounts, joint venture, all are same. Then you will say financial statement analysis, ratio analysis, which is there in both the syllabus in ACCA and IFRS. Just that in case of CIMA, IFRS 310, all are entire IS IFRS, because 90% of the syllabus in F2 is IS IFRS. Just there is a one big difference between ACCA and CIMA exams. There is a one big difference. What is that difference? That difference is basically the paper structure. If I will go into past exams, this is I am going past exams of IFRS. Suppose this is June 2021 answers and questions. June 2021 questions. June 2021 questions. The instructions, because the exams is computer based, so they are saying that what you can do, what you cannot do. The students should be reading this. This is IFRS paper. Diploma IFRS June 2021 exam. The time allowed is 100 marks paper. The exam question, 4 questions of 25 marks each. There is no choices. Then they are taking you to the questions. This is the first question which came in the June 2021 exam. They are talking about in the left hand side the details about the company, their PL, maybe I think balance sheet. The 2 companies' balance sheets are given. The first question, alpha and beta 2 companies' balance sheet, assets and liability information are given. Then they have given that when alpha company purchased the shares of beta. Then they have given when the alpha company purchased the shares of beta. The details, cost of investment and all that. Then they have given what are the intra-group tradings between the 2 companies. We have not studied anything, but it is very essential that I need to set the tone in the first class only, how we need to study, what we need to study, why we are together, how I am going to complete the syllabus. For that reason, this discussion is required. Even I will upload this class on the YouTube freely. If anybody who is not taking classes is studying on self, then also he need to follow this. There is no other option to pass the exam, to study. We need to be ready that how we are going to give exam. The third is intra-group transaction, purchase and sale of goods and assets between all of them. Then the fourth one is there is some adjustments relating to some financial instruments topic, I think, which they are saying. This is the area of the question. This is, you can say, first question based on consolidated financial statement of accounts. Then the question requirement. They are saying prepare consolidated financial position balance sheet as on 31st March 2015, 25 marks. You need to prepare consolidated balance sheet of combining parent and subsidiary. How you will prepare, where you will write your answer? Spreadsheet. The Excel sheet is given to you in the exam, and this Excel sheet you will be using to prepare consolidated balance sheet. That means the IFRS student will be getting the paper like this. This is the paper structure of IFRS student. First question, all questions are compulsory. 4 questions, 25 marks each. And in total, they need to score out of 150 marks to pass the exam. But the exam is computer based. It's not pen and paper based. For computer based exam, it's not a tension because all of us are doing everything on computer now. I will say very long back, but the exams computer based, maybe a CA student, maybe somebody will be giving first time. Now, if I will study on regular basis, the way I studied up till now, that taking a printout of the material and making a copy, in this I will be writing Ganesh Chaturthi, Jai Ganesh Puja and all that, very good. But then we are not accepting the change. Maybe we know the things, but we will not be getting the feeling to pass the exam, because knowing the thing and implementing the thing the way it is required is 2 different things. So nobody, as per my advice, nobody should be taking any printout of any material. You have to study, you need to study, you are bound to study on computer screen. You cannot do this paper now, because for that you need to complete the syllabus. Then only you can solve this paper. But when suppose I completed a topic, suppose EPS, earnings per share, you have to make on your computer a desktop. You will be making on computer a desktop a folder. Everybody know how to create the folder. Whatever student you are, FR or IFRS, then you can see December 2021. That's the portion. You will make a folder. In that folder, whatever notes we have given to you, we will be giving all the notes to all the students today again. Don't worry. So don't raise questions, sir, I have not received. Don't worry. Whatever notes we are giving through the Google Drive, you download all the notes here, save here. All the notes which is there in the folder, you download all the notes from the Google Drive. If you don't want to download, then at least go through with the Google Drive, whatever the notes are there on the Google Drive. Along with that, you make your own Word file. One is Microsoft Excel sheet and one another, I will say, a Word file. And write this FR, IFRS, write this FR, IFRS. Why I am making this? I will be using these files in the current batch entire 3 months. I will be using these files. So I am making for myself. Open these files whenever you are studying. Whenever you study. And open this one also, the Excel file. In this, I generally make the font size 16, or I will say for the class I am doing, but normally if I will be in front of my screen, only 20. Why I made the font size 20? So that I can show you in the class any working and all that properly. So whenever you will study, whenever you are solving a question from any topic, from exam kit, from anywhere, which books you should be using, I will be telling. But you should be doing all your study on this Excel sheet for numerical calculation, balance sheet, PL, plus, minus here. And for theoretical things, you should be writing here. This also, we should make font size 20. For the class. For your own purpose, what font size you will be using, that's other thing. But I need to be writing a bigger picture so that you will be able to see it better and the class feeling will be better. So I have made the font size at both the places as 20. Whatever you want to write. Whatever you want to write, you will be writing here theoretical explanations and numerical calculations you will be doing in Excel. Like I opened this IFRS paper, this is first question, which is pure numerical, so for that reason Word file is not given. Now the second question. In the IFRS exam, second question. Based on certain IAS, IFRS, don't know. But now they have given a Word file also in the exam. They have given a Word file also in the exam. So if it's a theoretical explanation, you will be typing. Now in a normal window feature, there are so many things possible. So many things. But in exams, the features of window are basic features. You can make a table, you can do a paragraph structure, heading 1, 2, you can. Normally, I don't want these many features. I just want something as a bold, underline, or maybe I can say adjustments. Or if I want to write something as a, in the form of table, maybe. Then I can make some table, I can start writing in the Word file in the table format also. But unless and until I am not ready that they are going to give the paper computer based, how I will be able to write the answers in exam? For that reason, everyday studies should be done on a screen based study. Somebody will say that, sir, there is a strain on eyes and all that. Then there are many things I can say. I have a strain on eye, I got up at 4 o'clock and till 11 o'clock I will be in front of the screen. Nothing can be done. If you have certain funds, you can put a specs and which is anti, you can see color and all that, that you can do. But you can't say that कि मेरे से screen पे नहीं पढ़ा जाता. If you say that, you will be facing problem in giving exams. You have to be accepting the change in life, which is a must. And for this reason, they are saying for FR student, FR, they are saying IFRS student to already working experience, because for IFRS exam 3-year work experience compulsory. Or maybe I can say that CACWA is straight away allowed to give IFRS exam. They are already working. But FR student may be 12 pass out, completed the individual foundation level paper, then they are going here and they have never worked anywhere. Even I will say that in ACCA 70-80% students are working. So they are saying that if you are not conversant with the computer technology, how to open different files, you can see on the top so many windows are open. I am opening one, I can adjust this, I can open this one also, adjusting them. How I will be working? When we work in practical life, there are so many windows we open. One is Excel file, one is this website, this document, this, how Control F and all that, so many things, shortcuts should be knowing. Because otherwise you will be not able to work in practical life. So for the ACCA student, it's not a change in the syllabus. Computer technology to efficiently access and manipulate relevant information. From one column to another column, addition, division, divide, multiply, using the Excel features, were relevant response. कि आपको कोई कुछ दे रहा है बनाने के लिए, there is a PowerPoint presentation, somebody is asking, how can you make? It's actually E is not a syllabus, not an IS IFRS. And this E portion, ACCA, is included in all 15 subjects. In all 15 subjects, they are saying that the student need to be more computer friendlier. When you go in the study text, no IS IFRS written. Just they are saying Excel photo, column row, how to do plus minus and all that, which they are writing here in the formula. In the help, if you go, everything they have written here. जो आप उस चैप्टर में जाकर पढ़ोगे, plus minus Excel calculation, everything they have given here. In FR exam also, I am not opening the FR paper, but वहां पर सब जगह दिया हुआ है कि how you will be able to be more computer friendlier. So it's not a change in the syllabus. It's actually computer friendliness. A student of ACCA, FR or any subject, a student of Diploma IFRS cannot give exam if they are not computer friendlier. If they will study pen and paper based, according to me, my understanding says that definitely they will be feeling problem in giving the exam. Maybe they have studied very well. So we should not be taking any printout or anything. We should be studying everything on a screen. Study text, question bank, this, that, with your Word file, with your Excel sheet, the study should be done regularly. Because when you follow this from the first day only, then automatically it will become inculcate in your culture. And then in that case, in the exam, you will be feeling very confident. On the institute website, at least 2 to 3 papers has to be solved. Not now, because that can be done after completion of the syllabus. We will be doing that at around 25th of November. Maybe 1 or 2 days here and there. Exam is around 10th or 11th of December. In last 15 days, we will be doing mock papers in the class. But up till 25th November, we will be completing the syllabus of IS IFRS. I will say IS IFRS. I'm not saying FR, Diploma IFRS or anything. For CIMA students, everything will be this only. For CIMA student, institute is not asking you to prepare PL account, not asking you to prepare balance sheet, not asking you to prepare cash flow statement. They are not asking any numerical calculations. They are asking interpretation of the calculations. If the consolidated financial statement given, can you analyze where window dressing has been done? If the company will go for funding, say the company is going for leasing, and if the company will take the assets on lease, how it is going to affect the financial statement of the company, how it is going to affect the profit, assets and liability of the company. Now in CIMA, there are other areas also other than accounts. If I will say that I want to market a particular product, Suppose I am launching a new course. A new course, how I will launch in the market, which market I will be going, what is the product, who are my competitors. That is called business sense. That is not accounting. And the business sense is not written in any book. Business sense we develop through our practical understanding. For that reason, CIMA is saying that you need to be more practical oriented. We will not be asking you technical things. We will not be asking you prepare PL account, balance sheet. But we will be asking you that how this transaction is going to affect my financials. How the shareholders will be looking my financials after this transaction. So a CIMA student also need to have knowledge when an asset is recorded, an asset, under which heading, why it is recorded like this, how it is going to affect the financial condition of the company and all that. Now normally, according to me, believe me, because I am teaching CIMA for 13-14 years, CIMA student does not require this much detailed study. Because why they will study preparing PL account, balance sheet, consolidated PLY. But the problem is that when they are not preparing this, they are not getting a 1% feeling to write the answers in exam. There is asking that the company is going to acquire another company. They are purchasing 60% shares of that company. They are giving this consideration. How it will be accounted for. How the financial statement will be affected. The board members are asking this from you. Then maybe I am not preparing PL balance sheet, but I am not able to write a single line. I am not able to explain the facts. According to me, even ACCA, IFRS student also need to understand that. And they have already the questions which is theoretical, word processor. But in CIMA, the questions are only theoretical. The questions are only practical application. They will not be asking PL account, balance sheet preparation. Now the problem that suppose I am teaching to CIMA students, leasing in say 10-20 minutes. The purpose of leasing and all that, not going into accounting, journal entry, ledger and all that. They understand, but they don't able to reproduce that. If somebody has good accounting knowledge, debit, credit and all that, they don't need to do these classes. I have never asked any CIMA student to do F2 classes, management case study student, not. Just that I found that students are facing problem in writing the answers which are related to accounting. And the problem mainly with the MCS student, they don't want to study. They got the exemptions, but they are continuously saying only one thing, sir, I am working, I am doing job, how I will? Then why you are joining the course? If you have joined the course, you have to study. Without study, you cannot pass. So the problem is that since they are not studying the basic videos which I have given, for that reason I thought that when I am teaching, why not they come in the batch? So that much detailed knowledge for CIMA students preparing PL balance sheet is not required. It's an understanding of the subject, practical application of the subject is required. In ACCA, FR, Diploma Ifrs, practical, technical, both knowledge is required. But in CIMA, only practical knowledge required. Technical knowledge not required. Just that if you purchase an asset, it cannot be treated as an expense. It is an asset. That much basic knowledge, technical knowledge we need to have. So I can say that whether it's a CIMA exam, whether it's an ACCA exam, whether it's a DIP IFRS exam is computer based already for many years and never it is going to become pen and paper based in these courses. Never. If anybody is saying that कि वो pen and paper based होगा, वो गलत बोल रहे हैं. Believe me. Institute से हम लोग direct listed learning partner है. Institute was supposed to introduce the computer-based exam for IFRS slightly late. But because of Corona, so that the exam should not be cancelled, they introduced computer-based exam for IFRS earlier. But अब future में कभी भी Institute का कोई भी exam, IFRS, ACCA, CIMA, pen and paper based नहीं होने वाला है. Because why they will be going back? Presently, the exams are by sitting in home, remote based for all the courses. IFRS exam also sitting in home. In June, a student gave IFRS exam sitting in home. When the corona will be under control, like in September, it is already under, I will say, slightly under control. A student has been given the option that you can give exam by sitting in home or you can give exam by going to the exam center. But the paper will be like this only. It will be on computer screen. If you are giving exam in home, then also on a computer. If you are going on the exam center, then also on a computer screen. There is no change in the paper setup. But because of Corona, you are given the option. CIMA Institute from 2020 already saying that you can go in the exam center if you want to take risk going to exam center, or you can give exam by sitting in home. Both the institutes are following the same principle. But exam is computer based only. Whether you will be giving exam sitting in home or in the exam center, the computer based exam is there. And it is not objective type question exam. In ACCA FR, some objective questions are there. But in this Diploma IFRS CIMA, there is no objective type. All are explanatory. In IFRS, you need to prepare PL balance sheet, you type the theory. In CIMA, fully type the theory. In ACCA FR, I will say the questions are objective type also, just need to show you. Those who have already given ACCA skill level any exams, they already know that. But those who have not given, for them, practice platform, under practice platform login, I am using in this practice platform, a student can log in only when they are registered student of ACCA Institute. Even IFRS student can log in here. Under this financial reporting, official resources, past exam, there are 2 past exams, practice exam, 2 practice exam, specimen paper. In total 5 exams are there. In the specimen paper, I am opening this. This is already assigned. FR specimen paper. Start. I am solving on the Institute C website. Again the same instruction which was there for IFRS students. Same instructions. Everything written same. But the students should be reading this at least 1 or 2 times so that they know what they can do, what they cannot do during the exam hall. Now in ACCA there are 2 parts, 3 parts, section A, B, C, A. 15 objective type question of 2 marks each. Section B, which is 3 objective type questions only, but based on 3 scenarios. And section C, just like IFRS exam, 20 marks, 2 questions. Suppose this is section A started. In section A, this is a question in which you don't have to write anything. Suppose this is my answer. I have selected which 2 they are saying. So 2. Objective type, not multiple choice. Filling the blanks, select all are correct, which 2 are correct, match the following. Different types of questions are there. Different types of questions are there. One is the filling the blanks, one is this your true, false. For that reason it is called objective type question. If you click navigation button, in the navigation button, you can straight away go to section B. Section B, there is 1 scenario. On the basis of this scenario, there are 5 objective type questions. 1 single scenario, 5 objective type questions. Now normally a student thinks that it is easy to pass the exam in objective type question. Normally. But all the world's most difficult exam are objective type. CPA exam, pure objective type. If somebody wants to do MBA, CAT exam, objective type. And those who have already given ACCA, other subjects exam, they know that the problem they faced in the objective type. They didn't face the problem in the essay type questions. In essay type questions, part C questions, Maharanva, are you there? Maharanva, are you there in the class? Or anybody in the class who has given any ACCA skill level exam, any subject? Anybody in the class? Can you unmute yourself? Once unmute yourself. माधव,
यस सर।
आपने तो केवल टैक्स का एग्जाम दिया है ना?
हाँ, टैक्स का दिया है।
अभी बात यह है कि कोई ऐसा स्टूडेंट होता जिसने एफआर माने पीएम, एफएम या ऑडिटिंग ये सब का एग्जाम दिया है, तो आप उस स्टूडेंट की बात सुनते और आपको समझ में आता कि वो बोल रहे सर पार्ट सी में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सर प्रॉब्लम ए और बी में है। इतने स्टूडेंट इस वीक एग्जाम दिए हैं, बिकॉज एफएम का एग्जाम आज है लेकिन और सारे एग्जाम्स हो चुके हैं। हर स्टूडेंट का एक ही प्रॉब्लम है, सर ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप वाज नॉट गुड, माय पार्ट सी वाज गुड, and in IFRS it is only part C, objective type is not there. Normally the student think that ki objective type is simple, but from where the objective type question will be asked, there is no limit. But from where a 20 marks, 25 marks question, it will be one particular area. It cannot be many different areas. So I have the experience teaching objective type since 20-25 years. हम लोग ICAI में, मैं और मेरा भाई, हम लोग दोनों ICAI यूनिवर्सिटी का, ICAI हैदराबाद, अभी तो MBA कराते हैं वो, CFA कराते थे सिंस 1995। वहां पर ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन शुरू से है, लेकिन स्टूडेंट को ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन क्लियर करने में दे विल फेस मोर प्रॉब्लम एज कंपेयर टू ऐसे टाइप, बिकॉज इन ऐसे टाइप पार्ट मार्किंग इज देयर। इवन दो यू आर डूइंग रॉन्ग, you will get marks, but in this question if I am not writing the correct answer, it is only 0 or 2 marks, nothing else. Maybe I don't have to show working, but मेरे को knowledge तो होना चाहिए. So I always say in the class, it is very easy to pass diploma IFRS exam as compared to financial reporting exam. ACCA का financial reporting exam pass करना difficult है, but ACCA diploma IFRS easy to crack. For exam, so much detail study is not required, but we are not going to study for the exam. हम लोग को we need to study in that way that we understand every concept in detail. So if we are working in accounting and auditing domain, we can handle everything on single-handed. We don't require anybody. That is the purpose of our class. But the papers, structure and all that are given on the ACCA website. Every student for coming 1 week should be going on the ACCA website, clicking all the links. What is there should be reading thoroughly, should be going through thoroughly. कि लास्ट में एग्जाम के दिन सर एग्जाम में कितने क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, क्या होता है नहीं होता है, you should not be asking this, because then तो when you are asking on the day of exam कितने क्वेश्चन आएंगे, पास मार्क क्या है, तो आपने क्या पढ़ाई की आप समझो. We need to understand that freely everything is given. If I will be going on in every part on the website, it will be taking 5-10 classes. So when you will be reading on your own, make a short notes in your Word file. Suppose short notes for my class, ACCA FR, 100 marks, part A, 15 into 2, part B, 3 into 5 into 2. Why I am saying 3 scenarios, on the basis of each scenario 5 questions, each question is of 2 marks. Part C, which is 20 into 2. In 20 marks, there will be A, B, C, something like that, but it is 20 marks, full write-up working to be shown. Part A, B, no working to be shown. Pass marks, 50. For IFRS, it's 4 into 25. Each question is of 25 marks. All are essay type. Essay type in the sense, maybe numerical, required to prepare PL account, balance sheet, some calculation, maybe theoretical. And in all the questions, there will be different parts, generally A, B, C, like that. In both the syllabus, there is no choice. Whatever will be given in the exam hall, you need to solve. Both are fully computer based exam forever. Not only now, forever. They are not going to convert this exam into pen and paper based any time in life. Because why anybody will be going from forward to backward? When in the practical world everything is on computer, the exam has to be on computer. Practice on Word file and Excel is must. Don't take printout. Don't take printout of anything. Don't waste your money. Save energy, save trees. Global warming को बचाइए, कोई printout नहीं निकाली. Everything you should study on screen. If you have not developed the habit, try to develop. Because in the exam you will be getting the question on screen. If you are not habituated, looking at the screen and looking at a book will be totally different, according to me. If I have developed my habit to see the question on a paper, underline and all that, and I am getting on the screen, that feeling I will not get. I will not be able to get that feeling, and because of that bad feeling, I will not be able to perform better. So no printout, never anybody should be taking. Relating to this, I have taken for each subject of ACCA, how to study, how to prepare in the last 10-12 days. All the videos are uploaded on YouTube. I am pasting here the YouTube video so that you can see that and you will be able to get the benefit out of that. Videos, ACCA FR, taken last week only for all the persons, those who are giving exams, how to study, what are the features, what is the marking guidelines, everything. Click this video, you will be able to understand many things how you need to prepare so that you are in advance knowing everything. Now for study purpose, which material we should be using? 1 second. This is the Google Drive notes which we share with all the students. In this Google Drive notes, suppose I am going into ACCA. Under ACCA, FR, this is the link which we give to all the students. The same link I am opening in front of you. In this, there is Diploma Ifrs exam kit. There is Diploma Ifrs textbook. There is in the previous batch I solved questions on Excel sheet. The Excel sheet is uploaded. The previous batch class slides uploaded here. Then FR short notes which I will be using in the class. FR study text exam kit. Then the previous batch video list. Previous batch video list in the first class, second class, third class, fourth class, what I taught in specific classes. Then you can see other questions solved in the class in the Excel sheet, all are uploaded here. What I will be upgrading here, mock test I took in the class for FR students, those who have submitted the questions and the answers. For Deep IFRS student, those who have submitted the answers, nobody has given the mock test. There are always 100+ students. They join the syllabus कि सर आप mock test लेंगे ना, और जब मैं एग्जाम के टाइम पे mock test लेता हूं कोई सिंगल स्टूडेंट ने आंसर नहीं दिया. अभी मैंने mock test लिया, only 10% students are giving answers for the mock test. So mock test questions, answers, FR class mock, students answers, everything is given. सब कुछ दिया हुआ है अभी तक जो भी मैंने बैच में करवाया है. अब what I will be adding here, I will be adding certain other materials here today only. Then you will be getting the link, or those who have already got the link, everybody will be given link again on the once the class is over by afternoon. So you will be getting the link. लेकिन आप सारा material मत use करिए. You are not going to write thesis on everything. I will be using in the class and you should be using ACCA short notes 2021. I will be regularly using that notes in the class. ACCA FR study text. ACCA FR exam kit. And I will say DIP IFRS exam kit. In the exam kit, the past term questions are given. So when you prepare a topic, you did questions, but you want to practice whether I know or not, then you should be referring exam kit. All those questions are there on the ACCA website. On the ACCA website, when you are going, then past exam library, all questions are there. Some 10 to 15% extra questions are there in the kit. But on the website, the questions are not topic wise, it's paper wise. But in the exam kit, if I am teaching leasing questions are there in the leasing chapter. They are same whatever there on the website, 80%. But you will be able to study topic wise. So we will be doing topic wise study up till 25th of November. And then we will be doing questions from the institute website directly. Same you should be doing. Other than this, my class slides. My class slides means what? Whatever I am writing in the class, whatever, I name this as class slides for December 2021 FRIFRS. And this is also December 2021. I think it will not change because it is open. No issue. Yeah, I will change later. But I mean to let it close only. December 2021. I will be regularly writing in this. If theory I am writing, like today I have started writing and all this. Similarly, I will go on writing in this slide only. And when the class will be over, I will be mailing to all of you this slide. After first class, class slides after first class. After second class, class slides up till second class. After third class, class slides up till third class. You don't have to request. So during the class, you don't have to write anything. You can have your food, breakfast for going to office. You can be ready. There is no problem. You just need to concentrate what I am saying. If we are discussing something, you have any question, you just unmute yourself or you can chat. But there is no write up in any book or pencil anywhere you don't require. This will be given to you after the class by default. And in this Google Sheet, here in the Google Sheet, I will prepare one Excel today. And that Excel I will be writing that this is December 2021 batch, first class, what I taught. Second class, what I taught. That way I will be writing there, so it will be getting updated automatically after every class. So you don't have to ask me that sir ab kal kya padhayenge, kya padhaye the. The Google Sheet is there. And most probably I will be teaching in this order only. The reason is only one. If I will not teach in this order, then in that case we will not be able to understand the subjects properly. So the way I taught, I'm not saying 100% comma full stop same. Maybe I'm teaching IFRS 16 earlier, later, that's other thing. But 95% I will be following this procedure only. I will be following like this. So the entire syllabus completed in how many classes? 24 class. I asked a student in the last batch to do 1 or 2 classes from the previous batch. You can see I generally take in teaching in the class around 25 classes. Maybe 1 or 2 here and there. If you count from now, there is no concern with Durga Puja, Diwali, this and that. If suppose I am not taking class today because of any reason, I will arrange this class on some other day and we will have the class, 2 classes in a week anyhow, if I am alive. So there is no question, no request by anybody, mera ye hai, wo hai. Class will be as per schedule, but if there is any problem with me, chances are less, then I will be adjusting that class on some other day and always classes will be there. Whether I am well, whether I am suffering from any fever or anything, always classes will be there. No concern that because of this reason the class is not there. If not there on other day, the alternate class will be there so that we will be able to, because maybe you are not thinking about syllabus. I am continuously thinking how I need to teach, what I need to cover, so that I am always on the target. And it is easier because if any exam you have given in life, suppose BCom exam, CA inter exam, CA final, any exam, you need to study so many subjects: accounts, audit, tax, law, costing, so many subjects. When you study one, you forget about others. And at the time of exam, continuous exams are there. Problem here, you study only accounts. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after that, after that, after that. For 3 months, you are going to bathe in accounts. Bathing in accounts. We will do all bathing. Everything we will do with accounts. So you can make this subject very interesting. And you can make yourself as a strongest in the accounting. So that if any due development comes, you will be able to understand that developments easily. That should be your motive. That since you are concentrating on one thing, you understand that we cannot be master of everything. We can be master of one particular thing at a time. So we are going to study only accounts, accounts, accounts. So we can be master if we follow my guidelines. How to study? Always try to attend live class. Always. Maybe you are suffering from corona, fever, anything. Corona ठीक हो जाएगा. Unless and until we are very Buddha. No problem. There are so many in our family affected by corona, fully cured. There is no problem. And when the corona will go, we don't know. So we should not be taking any alibi, this body has affected and all that. All these are alibi. आप कोरोना में खाली बैठे हैं, 14 days you are a quarantine. So you can work much faster, much better. If in corona the offices are closed, you are working from home, then you are getting extra time. So this is a blessing in disguise. This is not a disguise. This is blessing in disguise. So there should not be anything somebody saying, corona के कारण I cannot do. You are saying bogus. Believe me. बहुत जन को कोरोना हुआ है, बहुत ध्यान दिए हैं, देखे हैं सब कुछ. So it is not that you will be saying something. So always try to attend the live class. When the live class is over, do the recordings again. Don't think that you understood everything in the class, done. Because when I will be proceeding in the subsequent classes, believe me, my experience of 35 years says that you will be asking the same thing which you have understood earlier. But if you are not doing it again, it will not become yours. It is mine only. I only know, I just explained you, but you will not be able to know this. Maybe if you are very brilliant, you can increase the speed of the recording. You can increase the speed to 1.25, 1.5. So a 2 hour, 2.5 hour class, you can complete in 1.5 hours. That can be. But must. If you say that you have not attended the live class, then recording will be done twice. First as a normal speed recording in 2.5 hours. Second at a speed. You can say at a speed of 1.25. Or maybe depending upon your way of understanding. Whether you attend the live class or not. If you are not attending live class, do the class twice. One as a normal recording and one as a speed recording. Then do the same thing on your own, which is done in the class. There is some question we solved. There is some theoretical question we discussed. You raise the query, I explained that. You solve that thing on your own. You understand that. You have done live class. You have done recording of that. Now, after that, you are doing the same thing. Then you should be able to do. Because double bar you have already done. Third time you are doing on your own. More than 90% will found that still they are not able to do. Not that they are bad. I am also like you. If somebody is teaching me anything taught, I have taken classes earlier. But I am not able to get that thing at once. Even though I was concentrating very well. Even though I practiced, but still I am not able to do. So I am considering you as like me only. I am not considering you as a super fast brilliant. Normal average student. So you will find that the same thing you have done live class, recorded again, still you are not able to do. But do it on your own. Don't see the solution. After doing it, check the solution which I have done in the class, which the institute has done. By seeing the solution, you will understand in seconds. Because you have already done 2 times. You have tried on your own. Maybe you have done wrong, but don't see solution in between. Complete that. Then see the solution. And after seeing the solution, you will be able to realize what is your mistake. Then what? Make your own notes. This is must. If you think there is something you have studied, understood, make your notes. Notes means what? Don't copy from my slides. Don't copy from Kaplan. Don't copy from BPP. Don't copy from short notes. Your own language. Maybe there is a question which is tricky, you have understood. Copy paste the question here in the Word file. Question, answer, your understanding. Maybe some area which is very tricky written, you have understood in a very difficult way. Now you have understood. Write that what you have understood. Because this notes is only thing which you will study later. Nothing else. You will not open class slides. You will not open recording. You will not open Kaplan, BPP, nothing. Your own notes. Now many students says that, sir, I have written this. Can you check? When you have written something for your own, you cannot check with anybody. Because what you are writing for your own purpose may not be relevant for other students. So आप वो किसी को मत दिखाइए. ये that you can write in Hindi, English, Bengali, Urdu, Farsi, whatever. Your own notes, own. Don't have to show to anybody. Nobody can challenge why you have written this. It's your own understanding. So make your notes. Do the other questions which we have not done in the class. Maybe in a topic 10 question I solved 6. I discussed 6. 4 question I said you need do on your own. Maybe in the exam kit in an easy topic I have not done questions. You will be doing on your own. Up till how? How many questions you will be doing? All in the chapter or less? Once you are doing questions and you are getting confidence because you have already done live class, recorded class, the questions which we have solved, you have solved on your own, you have made your notes. Now when you are doing questions, most of the questions you will be able to solve. After solving few questions, you found that I am very confident. Don't solve other questions. Just see them, question, think the answers in your mind, brain, see the solution, it is very simple, leave it. But if there is a question which you have decided not to solve, but it is very tricky, again copy paste it. In your notes, upgrade your notes on the basis of this. Upgrade. Upgrade your notes on the basis of solving the extra questions. How many questions you will solve? There is somebody required to solve 10 questions, 8, 20. Somebody, there is no limit. They are becoming like Basudas, Hanif Mukherjee for partnership 200 questions. I don't think so that is logical. Whenever you are doing one thing, do it 100%. So that logic you can apply in other questions. You need to solve less questions, understanding will be more. So try to solve the questions after solving the questions which we have solved in the class. Any query? Any query? Whether you have attended the live class or not or anything, any query. If there is any query, don't say me in the class, sir, go in this book, this page number, sir, go here, sir, go here. Don't. Because I want that we will be efficiently studying in the class. So, screenshot. Suppose I have a problem in this question. I have. take a screenshot, paste it, then answer of institute, paste it, your query, paste it, your query, paste it. Everything you should be giving me on the plate by mailing me. You don't have to remind me, sir, I mailed one query. Can you check? I am always on the mail only. So when the class will be there, whether you are there in the class or not, I will be opening your mail and I will be discussing at length that thing in the class. Not just your question, because others have not done that. I will be speaking very detailed that one. So when you will be doing the recording, your query is resolved. So whether you are doing the live class or not doesn't matter. क्योंकि वैसे भी live class किसी को करना नहीं. Maybe it's the first class, students are there. I always say that in the first class around 40-45 students are there. Next class 25. After that 15. After that within 10. That's the normal feature. And it's not only online class. In the tuition center also. I to teach in the tuition center for years. ये same story है. कोई बात नहीं. I'm not saying you all are bad. But then there are so many commitments. Family, pressure, this, job, that. No issue. But need to study regularly. You can't study the entire thing on Sunday, 10 hours. Or at the time of exam, 5 days, 7 days, you will take holiday. Don't do that. Whatever business you have, you can take out of that 1.5 hour regularly for study. And at the same time, I can say that at the time of exam, for 2 days, you can take holiday. You can study for 2 days around 5, 6 hours, 7 hours. According to me, study time in total. If suppose I will be taking 25 classes of 2.5 hours each, that means say it is coming 65 hours, suppose. Then you can say you will be doing 65 hours recording. If you have not done the live class, then also even I said the recording you will be doing slightly at a speed, but I have taken 65 hours. You will study on your own. I will say 65 hours. The same thing which is taught, extra questions, revisions and all that. Suppose you study 65 into 3. How much is maximum? 180 to 190 hours. Take it 200. Beyond 200 hours, even though we are very mad type of person, then also not required. From today. How many days are there for exam? 10th, 11th, no, 30, 30, 30. I can say 90 days, maybe 91. 90 days. In 90 days. Somebody will say that, sir, is it possible to give exam in December? Why not possible, man? Kya in 1 hour in average you can't study 2 hours? Maybe you are very busy. On weekdays you are studying 1.5 hour. Whatever shortfall you will make up on weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Like that, in average you need to study 2 hours. Average 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. And you can score rank. I am not saying pass. So if you start today for December exam, more than enough. More than enough. The reason is only one. You are going to study only accounts. No other things. Not like Indian exam, 5, 6, 7 subjects. So you need to study this today, that tomorrow. Then the hours increases. A CA student is studying for 7 hours, 8 hours in a day. Why? 4 subjects. For one subject it is average 2 hours. 4 subject it is 8 hours. So if in ACCA student is giving FR, FM, PM all, study like CA. Study 8 to 10 hours. But for one subject you need to study in average 2 hours daily. When you study, switch off your mobile phone, close your room, concentrate on your study. Don't do other things simultaneously. Focus. I always study in the morning 5 o'clock. I need to teach all of you. Even though so many things I have studied 1,000 times, but still I again study in the morning. Never at any other time. Because other time somebody calling me, somebody saying this, that, I cannot concentrate. I want to study only during that time where nobody can disturb me. Nobody can give me WhatsApp because 5 baje utna bhi to padega. If anybody wants to connect with me, then they need to message me, call me. मॉर्निंग में कोई कॉल नहीं करते. Nobody is calling. Nobody is there in the morning to disturb me. So I can concentrate on my study and I clear the doubts of the students in the morning. Somebody has given a WhatsApp message, some query. Then when I get up in the morning, I clear all the doubts. कि morning में अपना time, my own time. Similarly, you need to study at that time when nobody is disturbing you. All the classes are automatically recorded. You don't have to do anything. ठीक है? You can see the recordings in our software. You can see the recordings in our software. Somebody will say that, sir, I have not got the software, or I am not able to view the classes. Connect with my team at 8444040 or 6 and mail at classes@saraf.academy, or maybe one more mail ID. No issue. Whatever I am saying, Maharanva, you already know. लेकिन सबको बोलना तो पड़ेगा. So, mail at classes@saraf.academy, or you can say call them, but during office hours only, which is 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Saturday up till 4 p.m. Sunday holiday. Don't message me, call me. Don't require. If you are facing any technical issue, my team will help you, but they don't want to work. Even the office time is 10 to 7. I have already taken a provision of half an hour both the sides. Because वो लोग आते कभी भी 10 बजे नहीं है. 10, 20 फिर चालू करते, सर अभी तो आया है. So for that reason I am taking 10:30. जाने का टाइम exactly सबका ठीक है. आने का कोई टाइम नहीं है. So leave it. I am not going into that. For that reason I am taking a buffer of half an hour in the beginning and at the end. I will advise, don't call them. Mail them so that I can also check that you have mailed. Then I will be telling them so that they will solve your query. But don't directly connect with me for any technical issue. Your technical queries will be resolved by the staff, those who are there. Their responsibility is there, they will solve. You don't have to take tension. In case of subject related query, call at 9830176993 or mail at same ID. Mail ID is same, but if you have something to ask relating to the subject, then in that case my team has not studied this. Then you need to connect with me. For any query related to institute, exam कब होगा क्या नहीं वगैरह ऐसा कुछ है, or if you are on the website doing some paper, they are not opening, like Maharanva, you know, please mail at students@ACCA global.com and CC to us. And when you are mailing, don't say that I'm facing. Who is you? Write in the mail, my name is this, my registration number is this, I'm facing this issue, put a screenshot so that anybody who is opening your mail, they can understand exactly आपका problem क्या है. Because in ACCA, there are all over the world, more than 5 lakh students are there. How they will be able to understand you are asking this? So for that reason, you need to properly mail them. And in case of your software is not working, the institute paper is not working, you have not received your admit card or anything, believe me, we cannot do anything. We don't have rights given by the institute that you can solve this query. No information. You can just mail to us, so that since we are directly connected, we will also be communicating to the institute on your behalf where it is required. But when the student is mailing to students@accaglobal.com, global. When the student is mailing to ACCA Institute, IFRS and ACCA, both the students, they definitely reply. They definitely reply, believe me. But they cannot reply instantly. They will be taking time, then only they will reply. Because somebody need to understand what is your issue. Because they are dealing with so many students, so they will be taking time. CIMA student need to mail at CIMA Institute for any query which is related with the institute. You can make a CC to me, because always we are connected with the institute on regular basis. If there is somewhere our help is required, we will be helping you automatically. Don't worry. But you need to communicate with the institute directly. We cannot do the things which the institute can do. So, in the change in the syllabus, there is nothing, because the syllabus is, if somebody will give exam in say June 2022, the same thing we are teaching. But suppose there are some new changes happened, and the institute says that IFRS 17, 18, 19, which was not there in December exam, will be applicable for June 2022 exam. I will be teaching that. Don't worry. But the question arises that why we will not give exam in December? Why? What's the reason? Whatever may be the problem, we should be giving exam. Whatever. We should be thinking that there is no other option in life. I have to give exam in December, clear, get the degree to grow in life. Why I will defer? But if there is any new things comes, I will teach. And I can say that if somebody will say that I am giving December 2022, by that time to I will be taking batch again. When again I will be taking batch, if there are new amendments, I will be anyhow teaching. So don't worry with the amendments, you just need to concentrate on your study. Whatever the syllabus is there, we are going to refer that only. Why we will refer the old syllabus? Why I have opened both the things? To show you that there is no change. Maybe they are saying some changes. You can see one paragraph. Accounting standard with IFRS replaced for clarification. Throughout. Replaced accounting standards with IFRS standards. Is this a change? They are saying that the accounting body, IFRS body, is saying that in place of IFRS standards, they are using the terminology accounting standard. Use कर लो यार. मैं एग्जाम में accounting standard लिखूं, IFRS standard लिखूं, IS, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Changes to identity, subsequent expenditure that may be capitalized, distinguishing between assets and expenses item. Capital and revenue items with assets and expenses to reflect IFRS standard, remove any ambiguity with the use of the word capital. Now, they are saying that when you incur an expenditure, if it's a capital expenditure, then you say it is an asset. If it's a revenue expenditure, then you charge in PL account. बोला उसको आप कैपिटल एसेट वर्ड यूज करोगे. फिर से इट्स जस्ट द टेक्निकल वर्ड चेंज. एसेट्स विल बी ट्रीटेड एज अ कैपिटल एसेट. Employability and technology, that is not a change, as I said. This is just that the student need to be more computer friendlier. So what is the change in the syllabus? Somebody will say that sir मैंने 2 साल पहले पढ़ा था. अरे मेरे भाई कुछ नहीं है, कोई चीज नहीं है जो आपको अलग से पढ़ना है. It is not income tax or it is not something law which are changing. New case laws are coming every time. Obviously developments are there. Technical article is there for that. But there is no change in the syllabus as such. When you go in the syllabus after 1 year also in the exam, there is no tension in your mind कि मैंने ये नहीं पढ़ा वो नहीं, सब पढ़ा हुआ है आपका. Just that whatever you study now, you will study after 1 year. That many students are doing. Now, before proceeding, anybody has any specific query? Anything to ask relating to all the general things? Anybody? You can chat, you can unmute so that I can start the syllabus and course. Anybody has anything to ask? So should we proceed? Now, first of all, we are studying IS1. IS1 is not a topic actually. It is showing you the format of PL account, balance sheet and all that. Why the format is essential? Because whenever we will study anything, I need to say that it will be shown in the balance sheet under this head. Yes, same notes. Because अगर आप IFRS का notes पढ़ेंगे वो same language लिखा हुआ है यार, नहीं जरूरत है. मतलब every student should be referring this only. ACCA short notes, study text, exam kit, IFRS student can refer exam kit of IFRS also. Even for IFRS extra. Just this, nothing else. Is IFR to a analysis based? It is mixed. जैसे आपने महारानवा किया है FM और PM, same. Part A, Part B, Part C. In Part C, there are questions, theory, numericals. In Part A and B, the same objective type questions, same story. The paper structure of FR, FM, PM, all same. No change. फॉर दैट रीजन मैंने क्या किया कि ये वीडियो भी डाल दिया जो मैंने अभी 10-12 दिन पहले हर एक सब्जेक्ट के लिए लिया था. वो वीडियो मैंने यहाँ डाल दिया है कि व्हेन आई विल बी मेलिंग दिस स्लाइड्स, स्टूडेंट कैन सी दैट वीडियो एंड कैन कन्वर्स देमसेल्व्स दैट हाउ दे नीड टू स्टडी एफआर एंड ऑल दैट. ओके, नाउ IS1 is not a topic. It is just saying the format. Format is essential to know. Because if we don't know the format, we will not be able to understand accounts. After teaching the format, I will be explaining what is the difference between IAS, IFRS, a basic understanding. Then we will be going into topic study. So this is not any study. This is just general format. IS1 presentation of financial statements. That's the topic name. Presentation of financial statements. Why it is not coming? 1 second. In presentation, what actually is that? PL account, balance sheet. You can say that. Statement of financial position, balance sheet. Statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. What is basically other comprehensive, not in detail. That we will be able to understand later. Statement of changes in equity, cash flow, and policies and extra explanatory notes. Policies and explanatory notes we cannot understand now. We need to cover up entire syllabus. Cash flow, just a presentation, we cannot understand anything. Changes in equity, PL account, balance sheet. I am just talking about format. We will be able to prepare this when we complete the entire syllabus. Whether we go in Indian accounting, Ind AS, Indian GAAP, US GAAP, or IFRS, same presentation of balance sheet is there. Just that in US GAAP, they generally say that current assets earlier than non-current. But in IFRS and you say Indian accounting, we say non-current assets earlier than current assets. Not a problem. Ultimately, total assets. The financial position in IFRS, they use the term financial position. In India, we can say balance sheet. In US GAAP, we can say balance sheet. But in IFRS, we use the term for balance sheet, financial position. Balance sheet as on 31st December 2021. Or financial position as on 31st December 2021. Because balance sheet is always as on a particular date. The non-current assets. Now somebody will say, sir, what is non-current assets? We need to study the topic. But the non-current assets, land, building, property, plant, machinery, intangible, patent, trademark, goodwill, copyrights and all that. Then current assets, inventories, receivables, cash and cash equivalents. Non-current assets will be there in the business for many years. Current assets will be realized within a year. Total assets. Then the liabilities, first of all, shareholders' liability. Those who are the owners of the company. That is called capital and reserves. Share capital, share premium, revaluation, other reserves. The total is coming shareholders' money. Then the outside funds. Outside, there are two types. One is non-current, those who have given long-term money to the company, long-term funds to the company, long-term borrowings, deferred tax. And there are short-term which we need to pay within 1 year. Trade payables, short-term borrowings, current tax, short-term provisions and everything. That is total equity and liabilities. This is balance sheet format. Everybody, after the class, one most important homework, need to write in your notebook the format of the balance sheet PL account once, without any figures, so that when we will discuss in subsequent topics, properly you will be able to correlate. Balance sheet means non-current, means current, like that. Current assets include all items which are going to mature within 12 months. Then there is a statement of changes in equity. A statement of changes in equity is what? In the balance sheet we are writing. In the balance sheet we are writing capital and reserves, shareholders' money. The figures which we are getting in the balance sheet, we are doing working here. That working is called a statement of changes in equity. Share capital, share premium, revaluation, retain, or anything. You will start with the opening balance at the beginning of the year. Whatever plus minus happened during the year, bonus, rights, dividend, everything, you will be doing plus minus here, and the closing balance will be written in the balance sheet. So a statement of changes in equity is breakup of the shareholders' money from opening to closing balance. Earlier, around 10 years back, this was not required. Around 10 years back, when we used to see the financial position, share capital, reserves were there, we don't know what is the changes in the reserves. Why? And all the gaplas, all the window dressing is done through the reserves only. Increasing the profit, decreasing the profit will ultimately going into profit, reserves. So earlier, around 10-12 years back, when this was not required as a compulsion, then knowledgeable persons ask the person who is submitting accounts, you show me the reserves. You show me the ledger balance of reserves. You show me the detail of reserves. We understand everything. When in 10-12 years back, this was not compulsory, but we were understanding everything by looking at this. The accounting body made this compulsory. You need to show this in your financial statement of changes in equity, which is very important to understand every window dressing. You will say that, sir, isme kya window? Abhi bolna mushkil hai. Let me complete one by one topic. Automatically they are related with here only. But we need to prepare in Indian accounting, in IFRS, in US GAAP, every accounting statement of changes in equity, shareholders' money breakup. Then the PL account, which is said as profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Why the name is not only profit, why it is other comprehensive? Again, when I studied accounts in 1998, when I gave CA, other comprehensive income was not there. There was a concept called PL appropriation. Now there is no concept of PL appropriation. There is a concept of other comprehensive income. But it is very different than PL appropriation. No relation. I am just saying that other comprehensive income is what? We cannot understand today. It will be taking classes to understand other comprehensive income. But in the PL account, just for understanding purpose, I am saying all realized gain are there. The non-realized gain, it is not, the word is wrong. I am saying non-realized wrong. But just for understanding for the time being, non-realized gain are here. Why I am saying non-realized? They have written what? Suppose I have this property in which I am taking training classes. I purchased this property 10 years back. Now the value of the property is double. I want to record the double value, that is I purchased for 1 crore, now the value is 2 crore, 1 crore I want to write in the books as a gain. But I have not sold the property, I have not realized that gain. That is other comprehensive income. Other comprehensive income are not the regular income. They are non-regular income and they are generally non-realized. So when you prepare PL account, you need to divide the PL account into two parts. One is the realized gain, one is non-realized gain. You can prepare other comprehensive income separately. In the PL account, you will show only the profit for the period, and you can prepare other comprehensive income details separately. Or you can mix together and you can see profit and loss and other comprehensive income. In profit and loss, revenue minus cost of sale, gross profit, distribution, administration, after deducting from gross profit, operating profit, finance cost, interest deducted, profit before tax, then the income tax, profit after tax. We are not writing material, labor, overhead. This you can write. This is prepared PL account based on functional classification of cost. You can prepare PL account based on elementary classification of cost. You will find in the practical world, in India, everywhere, there are two types of income statement prepared. Some of the organizations are preparing PL based on functions. Some of the organizations are preparing PL based on cost elements. They write material, labor like that. But most of the organizations are following functional. Under cost of sale, they are showing all the breakup in the annexure, material, labor and all that. Under distribution in the annexure, so that PL account will be able to be analyzed in a much better way. People like that functional classification of cost should be there in the PL account. And then profit for the period, other comprehensive. One example, revaluation, there are 4 or 5 things are there which are recorded here. And then it is coming total comprehensive income. Profit for the year, other comprehensive income, net of tax, then profit for the year plus other comprehensive will give you total comprehensive. If the profit for the year say 100, other comprehensive is say 20. So total comprehensive income for the year 120. You can prepare this other comprehensive along with the PL account and in one single way, or you can prepare other comprehensive as a separate statement. That's upon you. Now cash flow statement is a part of IAS 1. But they have not written cash flow statement format here. Reason is only one, I will say, that presently it will be very difficult to explain cash flow statement without any study. Even I will say that PL account, balance sheet, I have not explained anything. I have to just shown the assets, liability, income, expenses, recording in balance sheet and PL. And statement of changes in equity for breakup of reserves. But if I don't say this, then in subsequent classes, when I will be saying that, we studied in the first class, the format, in the format it will be coming here and there, then I will be facing problem. For that reason I am saying that student, if somebody is a graduate, working for 4 or 5 years, doing IFRS, or suppose somebody is a 12 pass out or graduate doing ACCA, then in that case, those kind of student are bound, no excuse, to prepare this format on their Excel sheet. You will be opening the Excel sheet. You will be writing in the Excel sheet a statement of financial position as on 31st December 2021. You will write assets. Under assets, non-current assets, some example, current assets, total assets, equity and liabilities. Under that, capital and reserves. Capital and reserves. Then non-current liability. Then current liability. Then total equity and liabilities. When you will be preparing, you will be writing under non-current property, plant, equipment. You will be making a format so that you can remember. माधव, ये चीज का बाद में बात करेंगे, ठीक रहेगा? मैंने कुछ नहीं पढ़ाया, मैंने अभी तक ये बताया ही नहीं. I have not said anything that what is a non-current asset, why it is treated as a non-current asset. When I will be saying the story, automatically you will understand. आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं होगी, क्योंकि उसके लिए लॉजिक में जाना होगा ना. लॉजिक में जाएंगे. अभी कोई इसका आंसर देने के लिए मैं सक्षम नहीं हूं. अभी मेरा ये बोलना है, माई सेइंग इज ओनली वन थिंग, that everybody who is a 12 pass out, BCom graduate, or maybe a BCom graduate working for 4 or 5 years, not having professional qualification, they should be pleased by request hand folding, solve this as a format. Don't write any figures. Write all the current assets, non-current assets, whatever you know, PL account format, balance sheet format, complete. Please, please, it's a request. Everybody complete the format. Don't focus on cash flow or notes to accounts, because that we cannot understand now. Cash flow, notes to accounts, we will be able, like Mahadev is asking, if somebody we are not selling, how can we record income? We will be discussing that. Okay? Just that one thing. When Mahadev has asked for that reason. Mahadev, fact, I'm not saying story, fact. This place where I'm teaching, I purchased this place around 12 years back. 12 साल हो चुका है मेरे को. I purchased this place, I don't remember exactly, around 2 crore. But अभी इसका market value 5 crore से ऊपर है. ऊपर है. I am not selling it. I'm not selling. लेकिन अगर मैं sell करूं, so whether I will be getting 5 crore or not, because the market value is 5 crore, even though corona, market value 1.5 गुना से तो ज्यादा है यार. On the basis of the similar properties here in the locality where I am staying, the square feet multiplied by the rate which is going on in the market, that way I can say that 5. In Ind AS, we are showing cost of material consumed change in inventory instead of cost of sale. It is because of Schedule 3. No. You can say change of material, or you can say opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. We record that in the annexure. The cost of sale is composed of so many items. So the cost of sale calculation you show in the notes to accounts. Somebody are recording change in inventory, and somebody are recording the opening and closing stock. Doesn't matter. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आपकी मर्जी आपको कैसे दिखाना है. आप गूगल सर्च करिए, and you will find that there are many companies who are recording change in inventory, and there are many companies who are recording opening and closing stock. Schedule 3 नहीं बोलता है, जहां तक मेरे को बुद्धि है, because Schedule 3 is a Companies Act, and as per my understanding, Schedule 3 does not say that you have to show change only. You can show the change by opening closing stock, or you can say the difference. In PL, we record activity of business. But you can say the concept of other comprehensive income is what? Other comprehensive income में वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि जो realized है. क्योंकि मैंने इसीलिए language क्या use किया? I said that which is not realized is recorded in other comprehensive. So this property is 2 crore, but the value is 5 crore. I can record 3 crore income as per the accounting concepts, as a non-realized income which is treated as other comprehensive income. I will not be saying it is a part of retained earning. I will be saying that this is a part of revaluation reserve. And I can revalue my assets, and I can record the revaluation gain in the books of accounts. I will say this is logical also. Why? Because if somebody is looking at the Saraf Academy balance sheet, and they are looking at the property value 2 crore, whereas the property value is 5 crore, so they are not able to analyze the financial strength of the company by looking at the financials. If I will be showing the financial statement property of 5 crore, then they will be able to understand better. What do you think? It's a non-cash based, but accounts में उसको दिखाना चाहिए कि नहीं. मान लीजिए accounting body हम ही लोग बन जाते हैं कि I should be showing my property in the balance sheet at 2 crore, or I should be showing in the balance sheet the property value 5 crore. Suppose I am going loan from bank. The bank will consider the property value 5, not 2. So when everybody is considering the value 5 to take decisions about my company, then why I should be recording 2 crore? Don't you think so? I should be recording 5 crore. What do you think? एक बार हम लोग accounting का language को भूल जाते हैं. Cash, non-cash वो सब नहीं. Think about logic. तो प्रॉफिट तो हम वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं ना, इट इज अ रियलाइज प्रॉफिट. वी आर नॉट सेइंग दैट इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर. वी आर नॉट सेइंग दैट कि वो यहां है. वो कहां है? अदर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव बोलकर है. इट इज नॉट सेड एज प्रॉफिट बढ़ा दिए. अब किसी को अकाउंट समझ में नहीं आता, उसके हिसाब से बढ़ गया. because he is considering total comprehensive income. Let him. If somebody don't know something, what can we do? अगर किसी को अज्ञानता है, उसकी तो अज्ञानता हम दूर नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन अकाउंटिंग बॉडी बोलता है कि आपको बैलेंस शीट, बिकॉज अर्लियर वी यूज्ड टू से दैट हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट ऑफ अकाउंटिंग, नाउ वी आर सेइंग दैट फेयर वैल्यू अकाउंटिंग. We should be recording fair value of assets and liabilities in the books, not historical cost. That's the accounting concepts. Because whenever the auditor audit the accounts, they are saying the accounts of the company provides true and fair view. Why we say? When we are not recording fair value of assets, how can we say that the accounts of the company provides true and fair view? How can? Understand? जब आप fair value assets और liability का दिखाओगे ही नहीं, how can you say that we are say, I mean to say that the accounts of the company provides true and fair view? When fair value is not there, how can it give fair value, fair view? तो ये सब चेंजेस अभी नहीं आया है, 10-12 साल से है, मेरे टाइम पे नहीं था. When I did CA that was not there, but ये 10-12 साल से चल रहा है. लेकिन इसके बारे में और डिटेल, लाइक आई सेड स्टोरी, तो हर चीज के बारे में तो एक टॉपिक है, रेवेन्यू एक टॉपिक है, कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल के अंदर हर चीज के बारे में एक सेपरेट टॉपिक हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. और जब पढ़ेंगे, then at that time we will be going into logic. Why the accounts is like this? I will say that we are talking about only corporate accounting. We are not talking about individual or partnership. Why? Reason being that we can see that any organization when go to a particular level, they are into, I will say, company. If I will say partnership, then division of profit is only a book entry. Partners, how much money they are taking money from the business, that is called drawings. Profit को आपको इसको बांटना है, इसको भी बांटना है. We should be dividing all. Why we will divide only profit for the year? Because अगर assets value gone up and the income will be realizing any time, that will be going to the partners only. In balance sheet here in company also, where we are recording the increase in the value of property as a part of capital only. We are not recording the increase in the property value in any other heading. We are recording under capital only. So even though if you prepare partnership, you are recording fair valuation gain, that will be recorded under capital only. Profit को भी बांटना है, non-realized gain को भी we need to divide. Both. Because not that the capital which is there partners are taking. Partners will take some of the, if I am earning in my individual business, suppose Prakash Saraf proprietorship, I earned profit in the business 50 crore. It's not that I will be taking 50 crore from business. I will be taking some drawings, 5 crore, 2 crores like that. So similar is the case in the partnership, but in partnership and individual, this story of IS1 is not applicable. Because IS1, IS, IFRS is applicable for whom? For corporates. And even for corporates, there are two types. One is Saraf Academy, Saraf Gurukul, which are private, one is listed. For small, medium-sized companies, there are different set of IFRS. And for larger companies, there are different set of IFRS. So I will say that specifically, this is not for partnership or individual. Proprietorship, we are not talking. Then second thing, what is the difference between IS and IFRS? Up till 2000, that is before 21st century, up till 2000, all the accounting rules developed for the whole world are named as International Accounting Standards, IAS. After 2000, the restructuring took place, and then they are saying that IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. International Accounting Standards up till 2000, IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards after 2000. But it is not so simple that in one day we can bring all the IFRS for all IS. Not possible. It takes huge time. There is a process. For bringing one accounting new norm standard, it takes around 2 years at least. So for that reason, the accounting body said that till the time We are not publishing IFRS. The IAS will become IFRS. The IAS will be same as IFRS. The way we will publish new IFRS, the old IAS will be going over. Suppose I will say that leasing. Earlier there was IAS 17 leasing. Now there is no IAS 17. For leasing there is IFRS 16. Leasing is converted into IFRS. Up till 2018, I don't know exact date, student, me, you, anybody, we are studying IAS 17. But once IFRS came, IAS 17 gone. So for, you can say property, plant, equipment, still IAS 16 is there. There is no IFRS published. Out of 1 to 41 IAS, around 28 IAS is still there. And there are 16 IFRS as on today there. So 28 plus 16, total 44. For you, me, for anybody, for a layman, there is no difference between IAS, IFRS. Whatever is the norm, we need to understand, we need to apply that in preparing financial statement. If I will say in India, up till 2015, India said that they will be accepting IFRS exactly in the same way. India said that they will accept IFRS exactly in the same way. But then there is a regulatory change came, and the Indian bodies, you can say Insurance Regulatory Authority, Banking Authority, Income Tax Authority, so many authorities which are together, who has the responsibility to develop accounting norms in India. They said that we will be developing our own IAS. We will not be accepting IFRS. We will be developing our own, which is named as Indian Accounting Standards, IND-AS. Now, before 2015, accounts was there. In my case, 1998, there was nothing. It was Indian GAAP. The Indian GAAP is applicable for individual, partnership, company, anybody. The IND-AS is applicable in India only for listed companies, for bigger companies. What is written in IND-AS? 99.5%. Same thing is written in IND-AS, which is written in IFRS, which is written in IAS. Somewhere, some differences are there. Why those differences are there? Because considering the Indian economy, Indian regulatory system, Indian business system, we are not developed country. We are developing country. We found that this cannot be recorded or accounted for in the same way. Suppose there is an IAS 40, investment property. In investment property in IFRS, we can follow cost model or fair value model. But in India, in IND-AS, we can follow cost model only. We cannot follow fair value model. Now, I can understand most of you are not getting, because I have not teach investment property. So I am not in a position to say the difference. Whenever I will be saying the difference of Indian accounting with IFRS, that is not for exam. Because exam is IFRS, IAS based. Exam is not IND-AS or Indian accounting. For knowledge purpose, I will be every time saying the difference between Indian accounting and IFRS. Always. You don't have to remind me, I will be regularly saying. Like you must have remembered that today I said, in India we can say balance sheet or statement of financial position both. In US GAAP we can say balance sheet and statement of financial position both. But in IFRS we cannot use the word balance sheet. We have to say statement of financial position only. Is this relevance in practical life? I don't think so. Whether you are doing practical work, whether you are giving exam, nobody is going to reduce your marks. But since it is a difference, I need to say technical difference. Similarly, wherever the difference will be there, in IND-AS, which is applicable for listed companies in India, with IFRS, IAS, I will be always saying, you don't have to remind me. So I mean to say that for you, me, or anybody, whether it is IAS, whether it is IFRS, whether it is IND-AS, the difference is very, very small. If the student or anybody knows IAS, IFRS, IND-AS, they know all the things. I can say that huge, larger differences are there in US GAAP. US GAAP and IFRS, 90% same, 10% differences are there. But the whole world is going into convergence of accounting. Convergence means either the world is accepting IFRS, different countries, or they are developing their own accounting like India is developing in DS based on IFRS. Similarly, convergence of IFRS and US GAAP is happening, and it's a never-ending process. It will go on. IFRS leasing 16 is on the guidelines of US GAAP only. US GAAP is already like that. IFRS changes to IFRS 16 in place of IS 17 leasing. So I will say that the way we will progress year after year, the differences will be reducing only. But differences are there which we will be always discussing. Sometimes I will not be able to teach US GAAP that much detail, like property, plant, equipment. When we will study, it is not possible to teach in this batch the property, plant and equipment US GAAP thing, because that is very detailed. When IS 16 will change, it will become US GAAP type only. But that cannot be discussed in this batch because we are not getting that buffer of time to discuss so much detail. So I will cover IFRS, I will cover Indian accounting fully. Indian accounting not relevant for exam, but we will cover. But we are not able to cover US GAAP in this batch. Because for US GAAP student, I am teaching separately to them CPA far from Sunday, which will be around 30 classes. Yours is 25, which will be around 30 classes of the same duration. So that is different. And there the focus is on US GAAP, on IFRS less. In our batch, it is IFRS fully, not US GAAP. Indian accounting to I should be teaching so that when we are working in an Indian company, we will be able to work better. What is slightly major differences are there, we should be discussing. So please everybody make the format if you are not confident, so that in subsequent classes you will not be asking question non-current, current kya hai, kahan aata hai, that way. Please prepare format of statement of financial position, statement of profit and loss, statement of total comprehensive income, and statement of changes in equity. ठीक है? Please prepare. Now I am starting with IAS 33 EPS. What is the difference in IAS 33 EPS with the Indian accounting? No difference. Tension over. If somebody know IAS 33 EPS, they know the Indian accounting also. There is no difference. So no tension. IAS 33 EPS. Why I am going into this topic? Because this topic does not require any journal, ledger, trial balance, balance sheet, nothing. It's an interesting topic and very important for exam, for IFRS, for FR, for CIMA exams, that they ask questions on EPS regularly. Not that every term. So from exam point of view, it's important, practically very important, and does not involve any accounting. Does not involve any debit, credit, plus, minus, I meant to say journal entry, ledger concept. So it is very interesting also and easy to understand. Now EPS stands for earnings per share. I'm not going into Google, but suppose if you type in Google earnings per share of Reliance Industries in March 2021, or you can say earnings per share breakup of Reliance Industries in last 4 years, Google will give you that figure. Or for ITC or for any company, if you type in Google earnings per share of Saraf Academy for last 5 years, it will not give. Why? The question is that earnings per share calculation is required to be disclosed only by listed companies. Those who are already listed in the stock exchange or those who are in the process of going to be listed in the stock exchange. Saraf Academy is not falling in that. Is the auditor in Saraf Academy disclosing EPS in the financial statement? Yes. But regulatory it is not required. Maybe as per company law it is required. Company law you cannot ask. Like somebody asked Schedule 3. Even though I answered, but मेरे को company law नहीं आता है मेरे भाई. मेरे को accounting standard आता है. I know accounting, I don't know company law Schedule 3, 4, 14 क्या है. Because मैं भूल गया हूँ. Because I am not a regulatory person. I am just saying that as per accounting, not as per company law, as per accounting standard international level IS 33 Ind AS, earnings per share need to be disclosed only by listed company. So if you type in Google for listed company, you will get. But if you type in Google for private companies like me or any company in India, you will not get. Because that information is not there in the Google. So earnings per share. Earnings per share is what is the per share earning of a company. Earnings means what? The shareholders are the owners. And after deducting from sales all the expenditures, I'm not talking about other comprehensive income. Forget about other comprehensive. I'm talking about as per PL account. As per PL account, this figure, profit for the year. This figure. Maybe in PL account, we will be showing other comprehensive also. Forget. The profit for the year divided by the number of shares of a company will give you earnings per share. The profit for the year divided by the number of shares of the company will give you earnings per share. And this profit for the year is after deducting all the expenditures, even taxes, interest, everything. What is the earnings for the shareholders a company is generating? Suppose in case of Reliance Industries, I am saying hypothetically, suppose in case of Reliance Industries, hypothetically, the earnings per share in 2021, March 2021, it's say, I am saying in rupees, but always the questions will be in dollar. Suppose it is rupees 8. Earnings per shares of Reliance Industries, suppose it is rupees 8. Last year, like current year, last year, it was rupees 7. Before that, it was rupees 5. Before that, it was rupees 3. Suppose for last 4 years, 3, 5, 7, 9, 8, whatever. Once we look at earnings per share, we generally understand that the company is increasing their income. They are generating more return for shareholders. Per share, they are continuously increasing the earnings. When I found this information, I am interested in buying the shares of the company. Because when the company is earning more and more, then the prices of the company will be increasing. Normally, that's the tendency. If you say speculation, even though earnings increasing, prices going down, there is no logic. But as a knowledgeable person, rational person, if the earnings of a company is increasing, their share prices will increase definitely. In the long run, definitely. Short run, tomorrow what will happen, I don't know. So if I have surplus money and I want to invest my surplus money in share market, which company share price I should be investing in, where the earnings per share is increasing? You will say that, sir, when you are investing your money, are you analyzing this? I have never analyzed. You will say that, then why you are teaching in the class, sir? Understand that. How, when I will get time to analyze earnings per share? समय नहीं है. बहुत सारे काम है. That is not my cup of tea. Even I know, but even though I am not doing this, I am just analyzing on the basis of, suppose I am Times magazine news में पढ़ रहा हूँ. Suppose I am in front of TV, some news came, and मेरे को शेयर मार्केट का डिटेल चल रहा है, प्राइस बढ़ रहा है, मेरे को फीलिंग आया. I just got the feeling and I invested. I am that type of investor. I don't invest on the basis of any khabar. I don't invest on the basis of so much analysis. The analysis is only just basic news. And I am not a trader कि आज खरीदेंगे, शाम को बेच देंगे, day after tomorrow I will sell. No. I will invest for 4, 5, 10 years. Like that. So for my type of investor, once the news are there and I'm getting the feel, I can invest if I have surplus money. But if suppose I am giving money to mutual fund and I regularly invest in mutual fund is purchasing shares of these companies. In the mutual fund, there is a mutual fund manager. The fund manager is analyzing the earnings, then only the fund manager is allocating the funds. Because that is the job of the fund manager. I am not the fund manager of Saraf Academy. I don't have time. I can, but I cannot because I have other jobs to do. So I mean to say that whether I am doing this or not, but everybody in the share market, fund managers, insurance companies, banks, financial institutions, they are investing by looking at the earnings per share. So earnings per share of Prakash Saraf, Saraf Academy is not required. But earnings per share of Reliance, ITC, Infosys, all are required. Otherwise, how the shareholder will be investing in the company? Earnings per share is very much related with the price of the company, whether the price will be increasing or not. Earnings per share is very much related how much dividend the company will pay. If the earnings is more, dividend will be more. If the earnings is less, dividend will be less. A shareholder will be getting from the company dividend and price increase. So if I am the shareholder or going to become the shareholder, I will be always focusing on earnings per share of the company. So for that reason, accounting body made a rule that maybe accounts each PL account, balance sheet, this, that, but every listed company need to calculate, need to disclose earnings per share when they are presenting their financial statement in the public. They are bound to calculate. They are bound to disclose earnings per share. So it's not a journal entry debit credit, but it is very important to analyze the performance of the company with others in the industry, the same company performance with the previous years, dividend information, price effect information, so many things cannot be determined, cannot be decided if we don't have information of earnings per share. So accounting body said that earnings per share information need to be disclosed in every listed company. Now what is earnings per share? Profit by number of shares. Very simple. So what we are going to study? Earnings per share, profit by number of shares, okay. But maybe during the year company issued shares. At the beginning of the year the number of shares was less. During the year they issued further shares. Then how we will be calculating earnings per share? Profit of the year divide by number of shares at the beginning of the year, at the mid of the year, at the end of the year, which number of shares? How we will be calculating earnings per share when the number of shares are changing during the year? There is a share buyback, there is a further share issue, there is a bonus issue, there is a rights issue. Then out of this earnings, first of all, the company need to pay preference dividend if the company has preference shares. We are calculating earnings per share for equity shareholders, not for preference shareholders. Where the preference share capital is shown in the balance sheet. If a company has preference shares, where anybody in the class, where we will record preference share in the balance sheet? If a company has equity and preference share both, where we will be recording preference shares? Under equity or liabilities, okay. But it is under the heading capital and reserves or under the heading non-current liability. Where? Now, there is a story. If the preference shareholders are irredeemable means what? The preference shares will never be redeemed. If the preference shares are irredeemable, that is the preference shares will never be redeemed. And there is no fixed dividend commitment on preference shares. That is, they are non-cumulative. They are non-cumulative. If the preference shares are irredeemable, and if the preference shares are non-cumulative, then they come under equity, under capital and reserves. But if the preference shares are redeemable and oblique or cumulative, cumulative means what? If 1 year you don't pay the dividend, next year you need to pay 2 years dividend. Cumulative means you have to pay dividend. Then the preference shares comes here under non-current liability. They are not treated as a part of capital. They will be treated as a part of capital when the preference shares are non-cumulative, non-redeemable. If they are cumulative and you are redeemable, they will be coming here. Normally, maybe technically, whatever written in any law in any country, I am not a lawyer. Normally, preference shares are always non-current liabilities because either they are redeemable or they are cumulative. We have to pay dividend or we have to redeem. Always that is the case. So normally non-current liability. When it is a non-current liability, the payment of preference dividend, is a finance cost. When they are non-current liability, the payment of preference dividend is not a dividend payment. It is a finance cost. Finance cost is interest on loan taken. interest on debentures issued, and preference dividend on non-current liability type of preference shares. So finance cost is not only interest, finance cost is preference dividend also. So your profit is already after deducting preference dividend. You don't have to deduct. If I will say that convertible, normally the accounting does not say. Convertible means what? Whether the dividend is payable or not. If it is convertible, then generally it is redeemable because they will be converted into equity share. Because normally this explanation is written in financial instruments. Because sometimes the organizations want to say preference shares as a part of equity, actually when they are debt. So convertible at a fixed number of shares, convertible at a variable number of shares, convertible at what price, that decide whether it is, I will say, non-current liability or equity. Normally, most of the examples, when you go into convertible, non-convertible, says that convertible preference shares is a non-current liability. Says that financial instrument, IFRS 9, 7, IS 32, says that convertible preference shares in most of the situations are non-current liability. Most of the situations. There are certain cases where they can be said as equity. But I will say practically, forget about whatever written anywhere. Out of 100, 99.99999% it will be a non-current liability, always. So when it is a non-current liability, the preference dividend is already deducted as a finance cost. So we don't have to deduct from the profit preference dividend, already deducted. When it is a part of equity, when preference shares are written as a part of equity, then the finance cost preference dividend is not deducted in calculating profit. Then we need to deduct from the profit the preference dividend separately to calculate earnings per share. Because earnings per share we need to calculate for equity shareholders, not for the preference shareholders. So first of all, you will not find, you search Google. Use the best thing whenever you want to do something nowhere written, do the Google search. That give any example, listed company where preference shares are part of capital and equity, not a part of non-current liability. You will be getting very few examples. But if first of all preference shares are less. But when preference shares are there, mostly they are non-current. Sometimes if they are part of capital, then we need to deduct from the profit the preference dividend. So I will say that in the numerator, to calculate earnings per share, in the numerator, we will deduct preference dividend when it is not deducted. Otherwise to not. But in the denominator, what will be the number of shares? The number of shares at the beginning, at the mid, at the end, rights issue, bonus issue, further issue, buyback, so many things are there. The accounting body said that to calculate EPS, denominator will be weighted average number of shares. To calculate EPS, denominator will be weighted average number of shares. Why weighted average? Logic. I will be saying logic, but wait. Suppose I am going into study text of EPS. Earnings per share 311. So 335 approximately. This is still going taxation. Earnings per share. First of all, we are understanding the calculation part. Then I will be giving you logic why the calculation is like this. Why the accounting body said that the earnings per share weighted average number of shares. Why not closing number of shares? Why? An entity with a year end of 31st December 2018 issued 2 lakh shares at full market price of $3 on 1st July. The company's year ending is 31st December. In the current year, after 6 months, on 1st July, the company issued 2 lakh new shares at $3. Then for last year and current year, 2017-18, Profit to the ordinary shareholders means equity shareholders. Last year this, current year this. Number of ordinary shares in issue. Last year this, current year this. Current year the number of shares are 2 lakh more. Why? Because current year we issued 2 lakh shares in 1st July, so at 31st December it is 10 lakh. So if we calculate EPS, 5 lakh 50 by 10 lakh, which will be coming 0.55, and 4 lakh 60 by 8 lakh, which will be coming, I think, greater than 0.55. Can anybody do calculation? 46 by 80, how much? Exactly, in 2 decimal places. 46 by 80, how much? 46 by 80 is coming, say, 5.58. And the current year, 2018, it is coming for 55 by 100, which is 0.55. Last year, it was 0.575. Current year, it is 0.55. From last year, the current year earnings per share is less. Can we say that the company is performing bad? The company is not doing good business in the current year because their earnings per share has gone down? Can we say? There are 2 reasons we can't say. 2 reasons. Suppose I started a new product, I started a new business in the current year. The new business will start giving you earnings late. The new business will not be giving you earnings from the first day. It's not a lottery. When you do any new business, any new product, any new market, any new thing will you do? Because for that reason only you require funds. Otherwise, why you will issue 2 lakh shares? Why you will require $6 lakh funds? When you require $6 lakh funds, that means you are doing something new. And new things will be giving income in 4 or 5 years. It will not be giving instantly. So in the denominator, the number of shares are there, but the profit is not getting up. So the earnings per share will always be lower. Then to everybody will think that company is bad, we should not invest, we should sell the shares of the company, their earnings are reducing. But they are taking wrong decision. The second thing, the profit we are taking of the entire year from 1st January till December. But in this 10 lakh, 8 lakh shares money were used in the business for entire year. And 2 lakh shares money were used in the business for 6 months. The 5 lakh 50 profit during the year we got by 10 lakh shares. But in 10 lakh shares, 8 lakh shares money was used in the business entire year, like last year. But 2 lakh shares money we used from 1st July for 6 months only. So accounting body said 2 things. One is maybe you are getting money maybe on the first day also. Then also normally the earnings will be coming from any new investment in subsequent years, not in the current year generally. And the second thing, we are using the money from issue of shares, not for the entire year. The profit is of the entire year, but the money used in the business for only 6 months. So for that 6 months, so they have incorporated. For that 6 months, they have done the incorporation. But the money income will be realized from this investment in subsequent year, they can't do anything. Because what adjustment I will do if I have invested $6 lakh in the business and I will be earning income in 19, 20 and all that? What adjustment? I can't do anything. I cannot do the calculation based on forecast. You can say that that is limitations of EPS. That it is talking about past. It is not talking about future. But this adjustment that the 6 months, they said that we will be saying weighted average number of shares. 8 lakh shares from January to June for 6 months. And 2 lakh shares we issued on 1st July for next 6 months. It is 10 lakh shares. For first 6 months it is 8 lakh shares. For next 6 months it is 10 lakh shares. So the weighted average number of shares, 8 lakh into 6 by 12 plus 10 lakh into 6 by 12 coming 9 lakh. And the earnings per share will be divided by weighted average number of shares. Can we calculate this? Weighted average number of shares as 8 lakh into 12 by 12 plus 2 lakh into 6 by 12. So first will be coming 8 and second will be coming 2 into 6 by 12, 1. So total will be coming 9 lakh. The weighted average number of shares is coming 9 lakh. and the weighted average number of shares is 8 lakh into 6 by 12 plus 10 lakh into 6 by 12. Both are giving 9 lakh. Which one is correct? Whether which is solved here or whether I have written here, which one is correct? Both are correct. Okay? Because both are giving same figure. It's same. You can say mathematics. But which one we are liking? This one or this one? Second one. But you have to like this only. Why? I will be able to say in subsequent half an hour. No. I will say not advisable. Because when I will be incorporating other things, you will find that it is becoming difficult. Even examiner is not concerned what you are doing. Examiner is not saying that कि आपको कैसे निकालना है. IFRS is not saying that, IS 33 is not saying that how you can do any calculation. But we should be following this. You need to say that second method is more easy for the time being because the adjustment is only one issue. When I will say bonus issue, rights issue and all that, then you only will say that sir first one is better. Then I will calculate with the second method again, but you will say that sir first one ज़्यादा बड़ी है. तो इस तरह का तो क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में नहीं आ रहा है. Neither for CIMA, neither for ACCA, neither for ACCA Diploma Ifrs. Nobody is going to get this question in exam. बच्चा लोग का एग्जाम नहीं है. In the question there will be so many adjustments. So when other adjustments you will incorporate, you will realize. For the time being, second one is easy. But after some time, first one will become easy. Okay? We will discuss. We will discuss. Because why I will be teaching you something which is difficult. Why the study text of Kaplan will be writing which is something difficult. They are not interested. They are not interested in making the things cumbersome for you. They always are interested to make the things easier for you. So we will be doing like this. I will say how you will. Don't see here. See on my face. I need to think that in 12 months, what are the changes happened in the shares? For some period, this many shares, then this, then this. The total is 12 months. Out of 12 months, 6 months is 8 lakh. Next 6 months is 10 lakh. Simple. Don't see the calculation. Think logically. In the entire year, initially we started with 8 lakh shares. Then in July, it becomes 10 lakh shares. So for 6 months, it was 8 lakh. For 6 months, it is 10 lakh. Then total 12 months. Weighted average is what? Number of shares into weight. Weight is the time weighting factor. Out of the 12 months, how many months this many shares are there? Out of the 12 months, how many months this many shares are there? And then we get weighted average. So if you think logically, believe me, like me, you will not find any problem in any of the two. There is no problem in between both of them. Because if you are crystal clear, then actually both will be easy for you. But if you are not crystal clear, then always in a difficult problem, both will be difficult for you. The accounting body said that this adjustment we are doing. Why? Because the money we got on 2 lakh shares after 6 months. The money we got on 2 lakh shares after 6 months. So we have generated earnings on that for 6 months only. So why not to consider 2 lakh shares as half only for 6 months only? And by this, what is the main important? Earlier the EPS was 0.575 last year. Current year it is 61.1, 0.61. Why they are writing 57? They write in like suppose 0.2 means 20 paise. In India we say 0.5 paise. 50 paise means 0.5. In international language, paise means cents. 0.575 cents. 57.5 cents. Either 0.575 or say 57.5 cents. Either 61.1 cents or say 0.611. Always generally the answers are given in cents. By adjusting the weighted average number of shares, we are saying that the company's EPS has gone up. Last year the EPS was less. Current year the EPS has gone up. By investing in the business, the company is doing well. They are earning more. They are growing. Because you understand, standalone basis earnings has gone up. 4,60,000 to 550. But the effect of denominator is so high that it is reducing EPS. But that will be illogical information given to the investors, given to the public. So for that reason, accounting body said that we can't do adjustment of subsequent years, 2019, what will happen? But at least we can do this much, that we divide by weighted average number of shares, so that a meaningful comparison can be done between earnings per share. For that reason, accounting body said that we need to do weighted average number of shares as a division, not at the end or at the beginning. We need to understand that how to calculate. But you will be able to remember without any reading when you understand the logic. Why the weighted average number of shares? Try to always focus on logic. You never need to remember. Now, the problem is that there are many types of issue. One is full price issue. Full price issue. One is, I will say, rights issue. Rights issue. Then one is, we can say, bonus issue. Full price issue was this example. The previous example written as full price only. Shares at full market price. Rights issue means the company is giving shares at less than market price to the existing shareholders. Suppose I have shares of Reliance. Reliance is giving further share to the existing shareholder, to me, to all the shareholders, at less than market price. Market price is 2,000. They are giving at 1,800. Why they are giving at 1,800? If they will give at 2,000, I am not interested. Because I can buy from the market, it is available in the market at 2,000. Why I will buy at 2,000? I will buy at lesser price because I am seeing the value. That something which is of 2,000 value, I am able to get at 1,800. Why it is given to me? Because I am already the shareholder. It is not given to the new shareholder. It is given to the existing shareholder. In company law, most of the countries, when a company issue further shares, whenever a company issue further shares, first of all, the company need to give those shares to the existing shareholders only. If the existing shareholder will say that we will not take, we are not interested, then only the company can issue to the new shareholders in the market. Otherwise, it is a rule that the company need to give the shares to the existing shareholder only. I am not a company law person. I am just saying generally. The word rights shares means company further issue need to be given to the existing shareholders only. And generally at less than market price. Generally at less than market price. Generally. It's not a rule. Generally. Bonus shares. Free of cost. In free, the company is giving shares to the shareholders. The company gives dividend. But if the company will give dividend in cash, then the cash will be given to shareholder. For growth of business, they require cash. So the company says that we are not giving you dividend in cash, we are giving you shares free of cost. We are not charging money from you. You are getting shares free of cost from the company because the company generated earnings, but that earning required in the business for growth, so we are giving you shares. So in rights issue also, some bonus is there. Why? Some bonus is there. Some bonus is there. Why some bonus is there? Because a share of having 2,000 value given at 1,800, 200 you are not required to pay. But in case of bonus, it is full bonus. Full bonus. But both having some bonus element. And this bonus element need to be incorporated in calculating earnings per share. In case of full price, we have incorporated that it was not from the beginning of the year, for some part of the year. Here in rights issue and bonus issue, what time it will be having, maybe after 2 months, 3 months during the year, that already there, which is, you can say, timing factor. But at the same time, bonus also need to be adjusted in EPS. Again, why? Logic is there. When I will be saying the calculation and logic, you will understand the logic. But I will say that for bonus and rights issue, for bonus and rights issue, bonus factor need to be adjusted in weighted average number of shares calculation. Along with time factor. Along with time factor. The time factor, if full issue price, only time factor adjustment. Only time factor. And why the time factor? You realized that when we adjust time factor, earnings per share is increasing. It is logical that the company's earnings has gone up. Similarly, if we don't adjust bonus factor, the figures will be illogical. If we adjust bonus factor, then only the earnings per share will be logical. So the accounting body said that the bonus factor need to be adjusted in calculating EPS. Along with the timing factor, bonus factor also need to be adjusted to calculate EPS. Relating to this bonus factor, we will discuss in the next class because it cannot be completed in 5-10 minutes. It will be taking half an hour discussion. Now, we can have class earlier also. If most of you say that, sir, can we have the class at 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m., I don't have an issue. Should we keep the class at 7 a.m.? If anybody has objection, that person only should say. Why I am saying? So that students, those who are from India, going to office, but then in that case 7:30 means sometimes it will be going to 10:20, 10:25. आज की बात अलग है जाएगा. आपको अपर लेवल 10:30 पकड़ के चलना होगा. 7:30 upper level 10:30. You cannot request that I need to leave at 10. Okay? Because you know that today also there is so much time lost in saying the general thing. I can do 6:30 to 9:30. I don't have an issue. So should we keep at 7 a.m.? You are from outside India, Claven. Acha, just that's raise your hands. I will be able to see those who want at 7 a.m. How many of you? Those who want at 7 a.m., how many of you? One. You don't have to type. Show your hands. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Presently, out of all 8 are saying at 7 a.m. Others, those who are asking at 7:30, is it possible for them to attend at 7? Those who are asking at 7:30, is it possible for them to attend at 7? So let's make it 7. No. BSY. Amit Sukla, no. ठीक है. Let's keep it next class 7:30 only. Again, we will discuss on this. For that reason, I have not discussed in the beginning. Okay? Yeah, we will discuss again in the next class. Let's discount one more class and then. So next class is on Tuesday. Follow the instructions, everybody. Thank you to all of you. We have started on a very good day, Ganesh Chaturthi. नया काम गणेश जी का दिन चालू करते हैं. So we have started on the best day. Thank you. Thank you everybody. Tada.